It's time for our interactive segment, or as I would love to call it, our phone-in segment, where you get to join in on the show and have your say. And one important thing you should know is that your voice does matter to us, so we really love to hear your thoughts. Now, today we're going to be looking at, something I would say gets to the heart of every Nigerian. And this topic actually got me thinking a lot, but let's get to it. The topic is the national orientation and the question of a common identity. Now, with over 250 ethnic groups and 500 plus languages, it is safe to say that Nigeria is a nation rich in cultural heritage, but also complex in its identity. From ancient kingdoms of Hausa and Yoruba to the Kanem-Bornu and the Median empires, as well as the Igbo land, among others. Nigeria's history is a testament to the resilience and diversity of its people. But what does it mean to be Nigerian? Is it about sharing a common history or culture or values? Is it about embracing our differences and finding common grounds? Let's hear from you, our viewers, this morning. Do you think we have a common identity as Nigerians? What is that core value we all hold on to? What does it mean to be a Nigerian to you? How unique are we? And when you say, I'm a Nigerian, this is what it means to me, we'd love to hear that thoughts. We'll also explore the role of national symbols, cultural heritage, and education in shaping our collective identity. And we'll also hear from Nigerians who have made a positive impact in their communities and discuss how their stories can inspire us to build a more united nation. So if you are the likes of Abasekon, who is also watching, who also talks about how he visits prisons and hospitals, let's hear from you, Abasekon. We also want to hear from you. How are you impacting people's lives aside the places you are visiting? And to all our callers this morning, what does it mean to be a Nigerian? For me, I would say for every time I look at our culture and our values, Nigeria has struggled to hold on to that values, and I believe that they're still there gradually. So for me, it's our values, it's our culture, it's our unity, it's our diversity, it's the beauty in every ethnic group's language and culture, and it's that beauty everywhere. The fact that you're a Gala, I'm Igbo, or you're Kogi, or you're a Bira, we're all different tribes, but there's still that one thing that holds us together. We're Nigerians, whether we like it or not. But then the phone lines are open. Let's hear your thoughts. Call in, send us messages on WhatsApp, and we're here to hear from you. What does it mean to be a Nigerian to you? Or what does it mean to be a Nigerian to you?
I would say that even though Nigeria is a melting pot of different tribes, you would always come back to, as you said, I am a Nigerian. And the reason I believe that people have that strong sense of saying I am a Nigerian is, despite the differences, there is that commonality of having the same value that they have for their culture.
All right, let's take our first caller this morning. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Lilian and your friend.
Your name, my friend?
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Pocho, calling from Kebbi State.
Good morning, Ibrahim. How is Kebbi this morning?
Well, Kebbi is cool, and how are you guys doing over there?
Oh, we're fine, thank you. So tell us, what does it mean to be a Nigerian to you?
Well, without wasting much of the time, when we talk about Nigerian, this is a land or a country where so many people from so many parts of the countries are in one place, and that place happens to be named Nigeria. That means if you look at the history very well, you find out that from the north, you find people in the south, and they have a history there, because you find people from the south, and not somehow they find a history. Like here in Zulu, one of the senatorial districts in Kebbi South, yeah, you find out that we have Yoruba people that are, in fact, they have history here in our land more than the people that are there already. Because for donkey years, they have been living together with our grandparents, they have done business together, they farm together, they do all things together, and they live here as their own place. Why am I saying so? Because the problem here is that the reason why people are looking at Nigeria as if it is not a one country, because people people are working based on regional side of it. Regional, I am from this region, so that what happens from this region is none of my problem. From this region is none of a problem. But if you look at any marital issue like this, you find out that a lot of our men will marry from the north, a lot will marry from Yoruba, Igbo, Fulani, whatever. You look at all those stuff, you find out that we have similarities. But the point I want to make is that forget about all why made in Nigeria. Why made in Nigeria is because we live in the same place. And nobody is going to change that fact. And the fact that you are from the south does not mean that you belong to the north. And the fact that you are from the north does not mean that you don't have the access to the south. So people, we should understand that no matter we are trying to show that we are not in the same country, it is not going to work. Why am I repeating, insisting on this one? Because this is the talk, this is the situation. Even the politicians, they are using the same to distract people, to cause confusion around. Those people that are trying to create more mayhem in the country, they are trying to use regional issue to bring so many confusion in the country. So we need to understand, I am married from Yoruba, I am Igbo, I am married Fulani, Hausa, I am married whatever. But you need to understand that Nigeria is Nigeria.
Indeed.
Why did Obasanjo bring the issue of NYSC? It is because you will go to another part that you have not gone before. You meet with those people, you want things from those communities that are not in your own side. You understand? So if you look at the main purpose of the core members has been violated by the politicians. Now, if I am sent to go to Bayelsa, I will say I have to change to remain on my own region because I don't want to go to Bayelsa. If you are sent to come to the north, you say you want to work your own transfer to remain in Bayelsa. But the purpose is for you to meet with people that you have not met before, so that you get to learn a lot from them. People are saying that religious differences, if you are not inside the people that you think they are not working together with you, you will not find the truth. But you have to go to them and learn from them and understand the practical aspect of what they are doing. Because of what a person is doing.
All right, Ibrahim, we're struggling to hear you towards the tail end of what it is you were saying, but it makes absolute sense. And I remember when I was posted to serve in Port Harcourt, I was like, oh, am I being posted to the south? I grew up in the south all my life. But then again, I was still excited to go to Port Harcourt because
it was different,
and going there, learning the culture. They taught us how to speak Ikwe and Ijaw. I ate bole my entire stay there. But also moving to Abuja here for school, I experienced culture shock. Like, okay, why is she covering her hair? Okay, why is she dressed like this?
Totally
but with time, I got to adjust. I got to love masa. I got to love so many northern foods that really resonated with me. And it means Nigeria is beautiful. We have a lot in common to share. And also, when it comes to he mentioned something on marriages that did touch me. We'll find ourselves marrying ourselves. You see the Igbos and the Yorubas quarreling on social media every day, dragging themselves, but you find them getting married every Saturday. Hello, good morning.
I'm calling from Benin.
All right, tell us your name.
My name is Tinubu.
Your voice is a bit muffled. Can you call us back so that we can hear you properly and hear your thoughts on this issue? All right, we lost a caller. But as Nigeria is a melting pot with different tribes, definitely there would be intertribal marriages. And with what he said, with the first caller that said earlier, the youth service corps members being sent to different states, as he said, most of the corps members will not want to go to other states because they're scared of the experiences, they're scared of what they might see there, be scared of the unknown, which we all have that sometimes. But at the end of the day, this is the same country, this is one country, and we would have to accept that. There is nothing we can do about it.
There's not much you can do. We have a caller on the line.
Yeah, this is Abaseko, really baby. This is Abaseko calling from Gombe State. Hauwa, Adamu, how are you, baby?
Good morning. How are you?
You are looking bright this morning. I'm just smiling as you are smiling too.
Thank you very much.
All right, Lily, baby, you asked somebody a question. What does it mean to be in Nigeria?
Indeed.
That's a very lovely question. What does it take to be in Nigeria? A Nigerian is a country where I'm in Gombe, I must belong. I must integrate. And those people that are with me should relate with me positively, not negatively. A Nigerian where I can go to the market, I will not be cheated. A Nigerian where the reflection of myself in the mirror should be seen when I'm not looking at the mirror. That is a Nigeria that I want to see. Because while I'm here, where I am presently, the people around are friendly, but they gossip a lot. So that gossiping, what does it mean to gossip? It means that you don't like that person. We must remove ethnicity. We must remove tribalism. We must remove nepotism. We must remove corruption. In this place I am, though retired. If I'm not retired, can I integrate? Can I be given a job to do? This is a Nigerian that I want to see. That as I'm in Gombe, I should be a citizen. Not that I'm from Akwa Ibom, from Tinubu. Then, as I'm here, I will not be integrated. That is not the Nigeria I want to see. I want to see a positive Nigeria. When you get to America now, and you have their green card, automatically you become an American. I have a friend in America. Everything she does, she do it as an American. Why can't me that I'm a Nigerian, why can't I be integrated? Thank you, Lilian. God bless you this morning.
Thank you.
Hauwa,
Thank you very much.
God bless all of you. And bless Nigeria. And bless Trust TV, the most trusted television in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Abasekong, for that. Thank you so much, Abasekong, for that. You know, I love the fact that you laid emphasis on the fact that despite the fact that you're from Tinubu and Akwa Ibom State, you found yourself living in Gombe. Despite, you know, you're still talking about gossips that come in, which reflect a certain level of acceptance that, you know, does not add up to you. But it is beautiful to find that someone from the south like that has found himself fully integrated in the
society.
You know, I have a friend of mine that is Northern. She's from Zaria, and she got married to an Igbo man. Okay. And her kids have a mixture of Northern and Igbo names. And whenever we talk about the disunity in Nigeria, she said, where does that leave my children? And it resonates with me a lot. That's okay. Let's take the next call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where they're calling from.
Yes, good morning. My name is Abdullah Umar, and I'm calling from Katsina State.
Good morning, Abdullah. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes, I'm just watching your show, and I'm happy to voice out my opinion on it. You see, our beloved country is a beautiful country. Just look at the map of Nigeria, how it is. You see, God bless us with a lot of things first. Let me say the geography, we have about 3 weathers. You know, the natural resources we have, you see the different ethnic groups, we have everything, intelligent people we have in Nigeria and whatever. I am about 60 years old and I grew up in one town in Funtua. Funtua is a little beautiful town which has different ethnic groups. I started my primary school there with Igbos, Yorubas. You see people from Niger Delta. We were all mixed up as of that time. We were united. We were friends. Our parents were friends. Everything was going smoothly. That was before the war and after the war. Then things started taking a different turn. If you look at Nigeria, we Nigerians were were united before. So united in the sense that you cannot differentiate. I'm telling you, after war, I have a friend who happens to be adopted in our house. He's late now. He's an Igbo boy. He grew up there because his parents were dead. You see, so I'm trying to show you how united we are as of that time. And we have a large population, which if we can make good use of it and our natural resources, I'm telling you, we can control not only West Africa, but the whole of Africa. God has blessed us with that natural and human resources. However, our country, I can describe it as a beautiful, luxurious bus, but in a situation whereby you have a beautiful, luxurious bus, but the driver and the conductor are die-hard, greedy criminals that don't have driving license or don't know what that means. They'll end up crash landing you somewhere along the line. You see, what we lack in Nigeria is just pure leadership. We are good. Nigerians are good. We can live together. We can survive together. But it is unfortunate that the leaders we have, all the politicians, all the leaders, and I'm not blaming a single part of the country. They are all over Nigeria, both north, south, east, and west. It's just like a continent. They manipulate us, divide us, and take us backward because of their selfish ends. Nigerians are patient people. We've been patient for quite a long time. So I'm proud really to be a Nigerian. Whenever I look at the flag of my country, I saw the white, green. But I felt sad. I felt sad that some of us live like foreigners in our country. If a Hausa man is living in Tinubu, at times he used to be jittery, even how he dressed, how he moved. If an Igbo man is in Kano or is in the north, he felt the same thing. It's just unfortunate. We are the most civilized people, the civilized blacks in Africa, but yet we are behaving like stark illiterates. But I don't blame us. And it's high time for our people to sit and realize that we are benefiting nothing from what is going on. We are benefiting nothing from our tribal, religious, and political leaders. Those are the three people that are destroying the country. We are all humans. God made us to live together. So what you can speak your language, you can practice your culture, you can worship anything. That doesn't make me not to survive. I'll survive, and you survive. And it was shown when we were kids. I can still remember that. Those lovely days. So what I'll say is I'm proud of being a Nigerian, but at times I feel ashamed being a Nigerian if I remember or I see presently what is going on in my country. So I'm calling on my brothers and sisters all over Nigeria that it is high time we learn how to live together. We learn how to love each other, so that it's not because of us. Now we have met this pandemonium, but we should think of our children.
All right.
And our grandchildren yet to come.
Indeed.
Thank you, my sisters. May God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. It was very, very insightful.
He wrapped it up with God bless Nigeria.
Yes.
And you know, he coming from the older generation who experienced the unity we once had.
Exactly.
It's very beautiful to behold. I remember my mom had a friend who was from the north, Mrs. Rahim, and would always go to her house for Salah. and then her sister had to stay with her at some point, and I was like, what's this? She says her praying mat, and I was curious. That was actually my first experience with people from the north, and I loved that relationship she had with her. We still have such things. Another important thing I noticed is that as Nigerians we have shared experiences that unifies us, but why can't we also have some of this unification to come down from wanting a greater good for our national development? Let's take the next call. Good morning, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Lilian, and the other, my sister there, Ade from London.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. With the news I'm viewing in Nigeria, I feel very sad. The way we are turning to these days, I don't even understand. You see, Nigeria is one, but I don't know what is happening again. Because it doesn't used to be like this before. You see, I don't understand. I remember when I was in Nigeria living in Kano. I live inside city of Kano. In my area there, I was.
Do we still have Ade on the line?
My Bible, I was going to church. They will be greeting me, we live very fine together. There is no problem. You understand? Till I travel out. I travel from Kano. You understand? And I don't know what is happening now. Killing each other. We don't respect life again. We don't value each other anymore. I don't just understand. You see? I don't understand what is going on. If I say I understand, I'm lying. Because I just feel sad. Watching TV, hearing all this bad news. 50 people killed last week. 50 people killed yesterday. A family wipe out. And somebody born for. I don't understand. Where are we going? Can't we live together anymore? And we are becoming very far. You understand? I don't know the solution to this, honestly, because apart from prayer, I know we are prayerful, but I know God will just help Nigeria, because with what I'm seeing now, honestly, I'm not happy. Because when I was in Kano, we lived like one. Everybody was okay. During the time of Metasina in 1980, I remember in my street, all those young boys, they came to me that Jim, don't come out, so don't come out. Because I have been, they call you by your whatever you are. They stay inside the house because there's problem coming to guide you. And they stay in front of my house. When the riot was coming, they say, no, people living here are Muslims, so they should go. And those who went, I was inside the house. Those are the Nigerians I want to see. So I don't know what is happening now, but let's continue praying. God will help us, honestly. And God will bless Nigeria and bless Nigeria. Honestly, people like me, I want to come back home and retire. I'm coming to my second home. Because that's why I spent 12 years before I travel out. So I'm used to the system there. So God will help Nigeria. Thank you, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That was quite a light shed on what used to be, to be honest, because as he said, then every Nigerian had the back of every Nigerian. So we were there for each other. But with the coming years and, with the prevalence of politics as well, with the prevalence of, I would call it the selfish mentality, where everyone puts themselves forth without thinking of the greater good, as you said earlier. Do you think that selfish mentality, whereby the leaders that are there are responsible for portraying or putting up a unified front so that Nigerians can take that as well and live in harmony? So I think we'll take another caller. There's another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
My name is Abdullahi. I'm calling from Ghana.
Good morning, Abdullahi.
My problem with this thing, what this means, one Nigeria. I don't understand, and I can't understand this point of one Nigeria, because what in the first place, if really we are one Nigeria, what will bring this issue of what we call it, leadership? That thing is keep disturbing me all this while. What about this issue of leadership,
later, if somebody is coming from Kano to Lagos, they'll tell you this is not your step, you cannot be given an offer of job. Kano and Sokoto, there are northerners, the Sokoto person cannot go to Kano and be given an offer of job. They'll tell you this is not their step. And we keep fighting in one Nigeria. How is Nigeria one? This is just what I'm disturbing seriously.
Do we still have the caller on the line? All right, then do out to call us back. It seems the network it's a bit, dicey with you available. Do out to call us back, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. The level of intolerance among Nigerians, from culture to religion to political ideologies, it makes me wonder what happened to the days when they would bring light and the term upnepa resonate across all divides, culture, tradition. What happened to music that unifies us at all times, even till date? Football. Exactly. When we won AFCON, we saw Victor Osimhen and Osizat Ashola, the unity that comes with that. We still have a lot of things that unify us, but when it comes to national development, national issues, that is where you find ethnicity and religious divides playing in. Just like you said, in terms of political leaders, what kind of crop of leaders do we have? Are they fueling this unity for their personal interest? We have a couple of WhatsApp messages, and we're going to take them before we wrap up this segment, but keep the messages coming, so when we take them all at once. Let's take the next call we have. Good morning. Good morning. Do we still have the caller on the line? All right, do want to call us back. So we've had several cultural unifiers that have unified Nigerians one way or another, and it's something that is still there till date. You find, and I'll also talk about children. Children know nothing about disunity or cultural divide
until they grow up and they are taught that.
Exactly. So why do we have it still existing? Why is my tribe, my culture, my religion, why is it placed above being a Nigerian? Why do you have people, put up religious divides for no reason, and also take life? Taking life is sacrosanct across all divides and culture. Whereas it's bad rather across all religions and cultures. Life, the importance of a human life, is fully displayed across all across all divides. So why do you find people taking lives just because of certain religious biases or cultural differences?
Exactly.
It begs the question, do Nigerians understand that we're one? Do we understand that we're together, and this is, whether we like it or not, we're all living in together.
The same country.
There's not much you can do about it.
As you said, it is just the belief that us being Nigerians is above anything. So we have to put that first and put everything aside, because those things do not serve us when it comes to living in the same country that we are, with the systems that are put in place and with the leaders that we have. It does not help and it does not prevail. It only leads to chaos.
All right, let's take our WhatsApp messages. We have the first message there from Mr. F. Uma. He just put his name once, and throughout the other messages he has not put his name. He says, "Thank you, presenter. Nigeria means a group of people deceiving themselves that they are one, but indeed are deeply divided and exploited by politicians who use religion, politics, and tribal sentiments for their selfish gains. It means people whose leaders are only concerned about themselves and their families, and others left to their fate." How many people have been killed only this year? And it has been like that for the past 15 years. No serious action is being taken. This is not the kind of desire, this is not the kind of Nigeria I desire and earnestly hope for. Thank you very much there, Mr. F. Umar, for your message. He has spoken about the kind of we have people who have spoken about the kind of Nigeria they desire, the kind of Nigeria they were looking forward to see, and it explains a lot about the kind of Nigeria we're portraying to our children. I spoke one time on the show that I was talking to my toddler, and I asked her, what do you think of Nigeria? And she said, no, Nigeria is, she's 11. I said, oh, Nigeria is a big, beautiful country with the perfect set of people in it. I said, I love that mindset and will preserve it. Now let's take the next WhatsApp message.
The next message we have is from Nandi Betty from Cross River State. In spite of the fact that Nigeria is a conglomeration of multiple ethnic nationalities, so many strains are supposed to be binding us together. We have aspects of identity which unfortunately we downplay every day. Our common identity is sometimes being sacrificed on the altar of religion and nepotism. She said, I am a Boki indigenous in Cross River State. Do you believe that Lantang in Plateau State shares identical mother tongue with Boki? I would say this may apply to some other ethnic groups across the country. When we explore these cultural similarities as Nigerians, we will help boost our common identity.
Indeed. Let's quickly take the last message now. It's from Dr. Livingston Ekanem. He says, good morning, Lilian and Hauwa. Lilian, what it means to be Nigerian depends on so many factors. For instance, a man in Bassa, in Plateau State, would think of Nigeria as a country that can't protect the sacred sanctity of life. A country where a handful of bloodthirsty people can attack, maim, burn, kill, destroy lives and properties and go scot-free. The politicians would then issue press statements that have no bearing nor stop the attack. What kind of country is that? I grew up in Lagos. My classmates and close friends were Muslims. We ate Christmas rice and Salah meat together. Is religion a problem? I don't think so. Why do we clone crime with color of religion? May God help us reclaim the Nigeria long gone, because Nigeria of today is hopeless and utterly a failing nation. May God help us. You know, that pain comes from when you've seen how much lives have been lost. But it still begs the question, you know, what kind of Nigeria do you want to build for your children at the end of the day? How are we going to make our Nigeria come true? And it still boils down to that voter's card you have in your hand. Your vote is your power. So let's work towards building the kind of Nigeria we want, with the kind of development we want to see come 2027.